So I felt like it was a very intentional, deep thinking, open conversation with myself with like a little bit of guidance. What I really liked about it was like, I'd go into like kind of explaining something that I'm thinking or feeling, and then you would be like, let's dig into that a little bit. Like, where is that coming from? Those kind of conversations that kind of dug a little deeper than just the surface level. I think that was super valuable. Just kind of like, getting to know myself better, essentially, and like getting to know what thoughts and feelings should be, or what thoughts and feelings am I having that should be validated, and what thoughts and feelings am I having that are either irrelevant or excuses or just getting in the way of myself. And, I think I was convinced in some cases that, I am just, this way or whatever. And it's like, well, I mean, why are you deciding to be that way? And so that was the most valuable thing to me. Overall, I think I like just like the accountability, the structure of like having these, set day and time where we're going to discuss things that, we'd already been talking about. And then what I think I liked most was being challenged to not drink for, a month, not nut for a month. That was something that like, I don't think I would have ever done on my own. And it's not like I had a drinking problem or a sex addiction, but just, having to control those two things that I don't normally have to control was cool. It was empowering. I liked it. I mean, I've had like mentors in business and stuff that, I've talked through things with a lot and whatnot, but not to the point where like what you and I had with the like direct accountability, scheduled meetings and challenges. The biggest difference is that, well, there's a couple things. Number one, the whole like way the conversation goes down is completely different, because with like a standard like conversation with like a mentor or somebody, you're only as open as you'll let yourself be. Whereas like with you, you're going pretty deep, like whether or not you like it. And I think that has a lot to do with just like how you kind of control that interaction in the conversation. And I think that leads to just discovering a lot of inner struggles or inner monologues or beliefs or feelings that you wouldn't really dig up otherwise. I came to be a little bit more accepting of some of like my like just shortcomings in life, and a little bit happier with just what I have done and what I have accomplished in life. And so I think it's just like a little bit more gratitude. I think I just kind of know myself a little bit better after our time together. There's a lot of benefits. Mainly just being able to identify where you're getting in your own way. Being able to stop a negative trend or thought process or decisions, before they really get too bad. Just being able to step outside yourself and look at a pattern that you might be on and being like, oh wait, probably shouldn't be doing this or that or this or that, because I know, it's going to lead to this result. I mean, that's huge. It was even more valuable for me because guys that are a lot like me that, maybe do well enough for themselves and like have, have stable relationships and good friends. And, we don't, it's difficult to identify the things that are holding us back. And, you might not ever find those things out unless you get somebody that's looking at the picture from outside the frame. I really wanted to just kind of get to the next level. I felt like plateaued physically, financially, and so I really wanted to, get some accountability, get some, something to just challenge me even more. And so that's originally why I decided to work together. And I'd always like, admired you and thought you were just a cool, nice guy. And so, it was like, well, if there's anybody that I'm going to trust to do something like this, I think, I think it would make sense to work with you. Yeah, you always made me feel super comfortable with being able to open up, and you stayed in the zone with like my thought process, and then helped with me to dig in even deeper to a train of thought. And that's pretty rare. A lot of people either just don't have the attention span or just can't really get on that same wavelength. And that's super valuable. I really like that. Ideal person to work with you, somebody that wants more out of life for sure. Somebody that's willing to be put in the discipline and put in the work, put in the challenge, accept the challenge. Somebody that's willing to open their eyes up to other ways of thinking. Somebody that's already maybe on that path, already kind of reading books, doing personal development, that kind of stuff. You keep this up and keep going, like I can only imagine where you're going to end up with all this. Probably it's going to be really powerful.